All right, let's go ahead and get started. What I'm going to do today is make a ring from actually two rings from 1943 Walking Liberty. Making these for a customer, and so let's get started. So first thing I'm going to do is anneal the coin, which will soften it up, make it a little easier to work with. So let's do that first. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat. I'll do my best to answer. Oh, by the way, I'm Mark from Southwind Coin Rings, and probably about the next hour or so, I'll be providing some entertainment here. I'm going to be making two of these 1943 Walking Liberty $50. Okay, so now the next step will be to punch a hole in the center of it. So we'll come over here, and I'm going to be using this self-centering punch to make the holes. And I'm going to be doing half-inch holes in these. So I'll get my half-inch punch, and I'll set this the die in the center, and then I'm going to place a couple of pieces of paper towel on top. That'll help protect the detail when I'm doing the punching. Then we'll set the coin in on that pedestal there. And screw the lid down nice and tight. Okay, then I'll put this in my hydraulic press. And we'll punch a hole. It's going to be a half-inch hole. Change this just a little bit so you can see just a little bit better. All right. And there's the center that we punched out of that coin. All right, so now time to move on to the next step. The coin kind of gets stuck on the punch, so take this leather mallet, just knock it off there. Like so. We'll get these things out of the way. Okay, so now we move on to the next step. When the punch goes through the coin, it leaves a ragged edge right here. I'm not sure if you can actually see it, but if I don't clean that up, when I start stretching the coin, there'll be a chance that the coin can split. I'm going to take this deburring tool here and just clean that up. Just take it down to some nice clean metal. Get both sides. All right, so this first one's going to be 8 3/4, size 8 3/4. So let's check, see what the size is right now. Okay, so it's pretty small. Okay, so next step is we're going to start turning this into a ring shape. So we'll come over here to my arbor press. And I'm going to take this dapping block and we're going to start turning this into a ring shape. Now the customer wants the eagle side out, so that's going to go down like this. I'll take this plastic ball bearing. It's called Deburring plastic. Get the coin centered up in there. Want that to be nice and level. And then I'll just force that down like so. And that gives us the first of our ring shape. Okay, so still a long ways to go though before it can be called a ring. So I'm going to continue. This process is called folding. And I'm going to use this 17-degree reduction die. Continue putting it into a ring shape. I'm going to go down about halfway. Oops. And then I'm going to finish that process using this composite cone. It's softer than the coin, so I don't need to worry about it damaging the detail on the inside when I force this down in there. So check it once again. Looks good. So I'll just force that down in there, like so. In there, now it's getting a little bit closer to being a ring shape. So now, let's check that hole, see what size it is. It's almost a 7, and we need 8 3/4. So, okay, so I'm going to smooth this up a little bit. Now we'll go to the ring stretcher. And we'll start stretching that hole. I'm going to cover it with this paper towel. That'll help to protect the inside of the coin. Or a ring now, we call it a ring. So we'll just start stretching it out. Okay, let me check that, see where we are. Okay, I'm going to stretch up a little bit more. It's about 9 right now, but that's okay because it needs to be a little bit larger than the target size to allow us to shape it into the ring shape as we start getting a little further down in the process. So just go ahead and stretch it out a little bit more. sure we're not getting split. I'm gonna go ahead and sand it a little bit more, I think. Anyone have any questions? Hello, King. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Okay. So now that I've done some stretching, let's go ahead and anneal it again. Because as you work the metal, it hardens. Okay, now let's come back over here to the arbor press, and we're going to start shaping this a little bit more into our ring shape. And now I'm going to use what's called a Swedish wrap technique. This is a very shallow angle, so it will help to straighten this wall up. And I'm using this plumber's tape, and that will help protect the detail on the outside of the ring as we force it down through that die. There's a lot of force applied to it. I'm going to give you 12 wraps. There's 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops, that's the end of the roll. Okay, I got 7 wraps. Let's get a new roll here. Eight, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right. Now I'll just kind of fold this tape over the edges. And put it in here. We'll get it centered up in there. Then I'm going to use this pusher, and we'll just start pushing it down through there. And that's going to start straightening up that wall. We need to keep a close eye on it. Make sure that the detail on the coin doesn't start coming through the tape. Okay, let me check the size. 8 3/4 is our target. We are about a little over 9 now. So let's take a look and see what we got. Okay, so the wall's still not straight, so we still need to reduce this reed side down. So let's go ahead and wrap it up again. We'll put it with the reed side down on this press. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Anybody have any questions? Okay, again, I'm going to put it in here with the reed side down this time. Give it a press. Make sure that's centered up under the ram. And then I'll see what that got. Check the size. Eight and 3/4. Okay, this side still needs to come down a little bit to make it a straight wall, but first I need to remove this rim on the inside, and then after that's gone, then we'll zero in on our target size. So I'm going to get my deburring tool out again. And we'll get rid of that rim. Where do you buy your dies at? I bought all my stuff on Etsy. That's about the best place to get them. You can buy on eBay and Amazon, but it seems like most of the serious tool makers sell on Etsy. Okay, no, there's still more. And this is going to add probably a size to the ring. So I'm going to have to put it back in the Swedish wrap die again and reduce it a little bit more. A little bit more left. Let's see what the size is. Almost up to 9.5. But I need to remove a little bit more. The reason we take that out is because we want the ring to fit, you know, all the way across. And if we leave that rim in there, then it's just going to fit the finger right on that area there, which doesn't really give a good fit. And this will make it much more comfortable to wear, as well as fitting better. I want to be sure that I don't start digging into the detail on the inside though, so I've got to be careful that I don't remove too much. That feels better. Okay, so now come back over here to the arbor press again. And we'll wrap this guy up one more time. Oh, we're up to 2.8K likes. Thank you. Don't forget to hit that follow also. Okay, so we'll wrap it up again. Hold on a second, let me double check the size one more time. 9 3/4, so I need to bring it down to 8 3/4. It's not going to take much. Okay, there's 12 racks. And just give it a nice press. Turn it over. Do it from the other side just to keep everything even. And let's see what we got. Things look pretty straight. I'll just have to see if the size is where we want it to be. Okay, we are 9. So it needs to come down just about a quarter of a size or so. I think I'm going to do that on the ring stretcher. Okay, let's come over here. And we're going to use these reduction dies on this stretcher to get it down to the size that we want. So we'll find the right hole here. This one should be good. And just give it a very slight press. It's not going to take much to get us down to 8 3/4. A little bit too much. So put it on here and stretch it just a little bit. Okay, 8 1/2. Yeah, it doesn't take much to reduce it, so I went just a little bit too far. Almost there. Okay, there we go, 8 3/4. So it looks like we got a pretty nice straight wall. That's what we want. So instead of polishing it up right now, let's go ahead and make the second ring. So we'll come back over here and anneal this one. This one's going to be 9 1/4. So let's anneal it. So if anybody came in late, we get to see the whole process over again. So now we'll dunk it. Okay, now we'll punch our hole. I forgot to pickle that other one. I'm gonna go ahead and pickle it, clean up this fire scale. So I'm going to take this over to the pickle pot, and you'll be able to see a big difference. Pickle is a mild acid. It takes the fire scale off of silver, copper, and you'll see a big difference in the look of the coin now. Here's what it looks like with the fire scale removed. Okay, so time to punch the hole. So we'll come back over here, get the punch out again. Any questions, anybody? Okay, we gotta get the 1/2 inch punch out. Cover it up with a couple of paper towels. Set the coin on there, like so. Okay, we'll put it into the press and punch it. Sometimes I forget to move the camera. Remove the coin off the punch now. Get this stuff out of the way. Okay, so now it's time to clean the hole up again. If you were here when I did the first one, the reason I do this is because the punch leaves kind of a ragged edge as it punches through that coin. And if we don't get rid of that, we'd run the risk of the coin splitting when we start stretching it later. So just, I couldn't find my other tool. Works a little bit better for this than this one does, but we'll just shave that out real good. Get rid of that rough edge. Hit it on both sides. And I'll save this silver to melt it down at some point in the future. Make some wire or something. This is 90% silver, 10% copper. So we'll do a little bit of sanding here just for good measure. Make sure it's nice and smooth. Okay, that feels good. Okay, so now we need to turn it into a ring shape so it can actually wear it. So we'll come over here to the arbor press. And we want the eagle to be on the outside of the ring. So that's going to go down like this in the die. And we'll take this hard plastic ball. It's called Deburring. Make sure it's centered up under the ring. Now just press it down in there. And there we have the beginnings of our ring shape. I'm going to go ahead and sand that edge, that cut edge a little bit more. For some reason, my signal's not too good today. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and continue the folding process, this time with this 17-degree reduction die. Set that coin in there, and I'm gonna, what grit is the sandpaper? You know what? I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. This is a fingernail buffing block. It's fairly fine. It's, yeah, it doesn't say. It's really not too important at this point. Just want it to be rough enough to remove a little bit of metal. Now I'm going to take this down about halfway and then finish that folding with this composite cone. I'm going to guess that's probably around 320, 400, something like that. I've got some other ones here that I use to do the finishing. These are marked. This one's a 220, 320, and then this one's a 400, 600. So those are probably pretty close to what that block is. All right, so let's just go ahead and finish this folding. Get that coin leveled up. Push it down the rest of the way. Okay. Getting closer to a ring shape. So now, let's check our size, see what we got, see if we need to stretch it before going any further. Yeah, it's 6.5 now. So I'll put it on the ring stretcher and stretch it up to, so I said we want this to be 9.25. So I'm going to stretch it up to around 10, or a little larger than 10. And then when we go to the next step, we'll reduce it down, which will help straighten the wall up into the final ring shape that we're looking for. I put this paper towel on here to help protect the detail on the inside. So even though it's on the inside of the ring, we want to keep it as pristine as possible. So just keep pressing it, giving it a little bit of a twist. Should be getting close. This helps to straighten up the wall as well. Okay, let's see what we got. Almost a 10. Let's stretch it just a little bit more. That should do it. Yeah, almost 10.25, so that's good. And you can see it kind of straightened it up a little bit more. We still got a cone shape. So the next step is going to reduce this side down to be even with the cut side. So we'll come back over here to the arbor press again. And I'm going to use the Swedish wrap die. I'll wrap the coin up. We can call it a ring now, I guess. I'm going to wrap this up with 12 wraps. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Get that wrapped around there. It's kind of trying to fold up on me a little bit there. There we go. Okay, so I'll just now fold this edge over. And I'm going to put this in with the cut side down, reed side up. Now we'll start straightening the wall up. Won't take too much. I want to make sure that this is centered up under that ram as much as possible. Well, that probably got us down pretty close to the size we want. Let's check it. That's 10 1/4. Feels like it needs to be annealed again too. So let's go ahead and unwrap it and anneal it one more time. This should be the last anneal that we need. Should I pickle it? Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and pickle it. Make it nice and clean. Got rid of all that fire scale. Right, let's come back over here now. We'll continue with the reduction. We're going for 9 1/4. We're still, just a little under 10, so about another size. But before I do that, I'm gonna remove that rim so that I don't have to guess. I take this rim out of there to make the ring more comfortable and fit better, because we don't want the ring, when you're putting on your finger, if we don't remove that rim, it's just going to sit on your finger right there in that one spot instead of all the way across like a normal ring. So we want to get this shaved out of there. Just a little more. Feels pretty good. Okay, so now we'll come back over here and bring it down to 9 1/4. Okay, thanks for checking that for me. I didn't see it when you posted that there. Okay, so we'll wrap it up again. Okay, so now we'll put it in there, give it one more press from with the reed side up, then I'll flip it over and press it from the cut side. And that will keep everything nice and straight. Okay, so let's check it now and see what we got. Looks like I might have gone too small. Yeah. Too small. So we'll put it on the ring stretcher and stretch it back up. It's pretty easy to do that. So now I just need to be careful that I don't make it too big. Okay, so 9 1/4 is what we're looking for. There's 9. So just a little bit of a press here. Almost there. Just a hair. Okay, that's good. Perfect. All right, let's see what the walls look like now, though. Let's see. This reed side's still a little bit bigger, but I can't reduce because we're at the size we want. So I'm going to open this side up a little bit to match the reed side. And I'm going to do that using wall straightening set I've got. And that's done here also. Okay, so let's find the right. We're going to set it down with the reed side down like this, and then press one of these cones through it, and that will open this side up. I think this is a little bit too big of a hole though. Need to go the next size down. Let's take a look at this one. Yeah, that's better. I have to be careful that I don't press too far though, because if I'm not careful, I'll stretch this side. I don't want to do that. I just want to stretch this up a little bit. Okay, so we put it in there. I'm going to take some coconut oil. Just lube this up a little bit. Now I'll press it. Get down here where I can see what's happening. And then we just open that up like so. That looks pretty good. If I did end up stretching this, I'll just have to put it in the ring reducer and just reduce it down just a bit. It looks okay though, I think. Alright, so now push that out. It's stuck in there pretty good. Alright, let's take a look. Still, this side still needs to come down a little bit. Or this side still needs to come up. Let's check the size here. They stretched it just a little bit. So we're going to have to play with this one a little bit to get it where we want it. So this needs to be reduced quarter size, which actually that should even it up with this side. So just got to be real careful here that I don't go too far. It'll be easy to do. Just a little bit. Just feel it move. And there's 9, went just a little bit too far. Doesn't take much. So now I'll go back here to the stretcher. Just get a slight press. Just a little bit more. Okay, that's good. All right, let's see what we got. Yeah, that's pretty straight. Feel pretty good about that. All right, so now we can go ahead and polish these guys up. I'm going to take this one and get the fire scale off of it before I start here. So just heat it up a little bit. And I'll take it over and dunk it in the pickle. Well, I didn't get it warm enough. Try that again. Okay, I'm not gonna move the camera. I'm just gonna warm this up. Put it back in the pickle again. That should do it, hopefully. Oh yeah, much better. Okay, let's come back over here. There's our 2 rings. Anyone have any questions? All right, so first thing I'm going to do is take some very fine steel wool. Just start buffing it up. The initial polish, you can see it's starting to shine up pretty good there. Polish these because I'm going to put a patina finish on them. How much to make these? If I use your coins like I'm doing here, it'd be $50. If I use my own coin for a $50, $75. These are the customer's coins. I do all kinds of different coins, quarters, $50. Silver dollars are one of the most popular. And then I do a lot of what's called silver rounds. They're not really coins out of circulation. They're just bullion coins, silver bullion that have designs on them. Are these? Yeah, these are $50. They're walking liberties. The customer wanted the tail side out. Tail side shows the eagle. And hit this on the inside, and then just to prepare the surface for the patina, I'll go ahead and use some fine sandpaper. That's where these come in. I'll take this fine, well, hold on a second before I do that. I think I'm gonna use something different. I'm gonna use this. It's kind of amazing how this will shine that up. Not even using any polish. What do you do with the punch out? Well, I've been making key fobs out of them. Here's one that I did recently. That's a lion snout. That's pretty much all I've done. But yeah, you could do cufflinks or small necklaces. These are kind of small. These punch outs are pretty small. I'm not quite sure what you could do with these. Probably just give them back to the customer. Nail buffing blocks. Yep, that's what they are. Works super good. As you can see, it's really starting to shine it up. Get this one. I didn't even hit it with the fine side yet. Here's the fine side. Look at that. He started shipping items with the ring. Yeah, on my, that's what I'm doing with the silver rounds. Rings I'm making from silver rounds. I just make a matching keychain, key fob, and I include them with the ring. Yeah, you see how shiny that is? Didn't even have to use any polish. Hit this one with the fine side now. These last a long time too, these buffing blocks. Now I can do the patina, but I didn't mix up any patina to do it during the live, so I'll just do that later. It's not a very interesting process anyway. So there we go. 2 beautiful silver dollar rings. So that's it, guys. That's how it's done. For those of you that don't know, I'm sure some of you guys out there do. So any questions before I turn it off? Appreciate everybody stopping by and sticking around. I usually do these lives 2 or 3 times a week. This is the first one I've done for a little over a week. So next thing I'm going to do is clean this. I've got some diamond burrs that I use. Just smooth this inside edge out real nice. And then smooth this edge out, buff it and sand it. But it's not, I don't do that on the lives very often because it's kind of time consuming and boring. So that's it. The cost of the silver halves. You can get these for under $10. It's basically just the cost of the, if you choose the right year, it's just the cost of the silver basically. And you know, they're not perfect, but they still make real nice rings. These are 1943. For the rings, I charge, if I use your coins, $50. If I use mine, $75. I've got a pretty large selection, pretty good stock of the Walking Liberties, and I've got a bunch of Kennedys and some Franklins. I've got all the state quarters in silver. I charge $49 for those, for the silver. It's $20 for the clad state coins, uncirculated. So you just check out my profile, and there's a link to my website in the profile. If you're interested in having something made, just give me a holler. I'd be glad to do it. I ship pretty fast too. Usually to get an order one day and ship next day. Thanks to everybody that followed. I wasn't really watching too close. Yeah, King, thanks for the compliment. Appreciate it. All right, I guess I'll about done here. I'll show you a little project I'm working on since I got you here. I'm making some rings for my family. These are channel rings with turquoise inlay. And this one's a lapis. I haven't sanded this one down yet. But I used my coin ring techniques to make this center part. And then I use square silver wire to solder to it to make the channel. Kind of time consuming, but they make nice rings. Do all kinds of stuff. All right, guys, I guess that's it. Gonna get ready for the football game. Well, I still got plenty of time for that. Gonna watch the Chiefs play Miami this afternoon. It's super cold here. I don't know about where you guys are. It's 5 degrees here in Kansas. All right, thanks everybody. keep an eye out. I'll be coming back for some more in a day or so. See you guys. Have a good one. You have peacock. Not sure what you mean. All right. Later, guys and gals. Oh, yes. I do. Yes, I do. I got it just so I could watch the game, actually. That's a pretty good deal. A Fubo is terrible, man. It's like $90 a month. I think the Peacock was only like $11 a month or something like that for the premium service. So I'll probably just keep it. All right, guys. See ya.